Hello and welcome to cookbookslive.com. I'm Stephen Fries, your host. It's been a long, cold winter up here in the Northeast, even down in South Florida where I just returned from. What a better way to spend an evening than with a nice cup of hot chocolate in front of a fireplace. Not just any old hot chocolate, but one that's a gourmet hot chocolate. Today's book focus is called Hot Chocolate by Michael Turback. The book contains over 60 recipes from the world's greatest chocolatiers, bakeries, and restaurants. No longer is hot chocolate just a syrupy, sweet drink. Today's hot chocolates have some wonderful flavors. Cayenne pepper. Who would have ever thought that hot chocolate would have cayenne pepper in it? Buttered rum, pistachio, wasabi, peanut butter. And one that really hit me was malted milk balls. Remember those wonderful things from your childhood? There are recipes for spiked hot chocolates as well. And Michael writes, chocolate and alcohol have been put together for many, many years. And a recipe for Samuel Adams' adult hot chocolate is provided in the book. And it was provided by the Boston Beer Company. And that's one that I'd like to take a look at with you for a moment. It's on page 65. And it says in here, cream stout is traditionally the richest and sweetest of the stouts, which make it pair more graciously with drinking chocolate than you would have thought possible. The chili powder in this drink brings out the chocolate and beer flavors without adding too much heat. The first sip of this beautiful brunette liquid goes down with a kick of chili and a pleasant, smoky aftertaste that lingers on the palate. On the second sip, the moderate bitterness of the hops is balanced by the creamy chocolate and rich brown sugar flavors. And basically, it's a simple recipe. 2 12-ounce bottles of Samuel Adams cream stout, 6 tablespoons firmly packed brown sugar, lemon wedges to rim the glasses, granulated sugar to rim the glasses, and 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chopped, and a half a teaspoon of chili powder, and then white chocolate shavings, which is optional. So you can see a very simple recipe to prepare what he calls an adult hot chocolate. The maple whiskey hot chocolate toddy is the best cold weather cure-all according to Linda Grisham, who actually owns a facility in, I believe it's Burlington, Vermont. And she provided this recipe that I'd like to share with you as well. And the actual vignettes at the beginning of each of the recipes is what I found very interesting about this book. Let's take a look at the example on page 75. And again, this is a recipe by Linda Grisham from Linda Grisham Chocolates in Burlington, and it's for the maple whiskey chocolate hot toddy. She writes, the best cold weather cure-all, according to chocolatier Linda Grisham, is based upon the simple concept of a hot, sweet, alcoholic mixture. Linda grew up in South Africa, where she remembers a kitchen cabinet always stocked with Cadbury's cocoa. And despite the country's relatively mild winters, hot chocolate was part of the family tradition. In rural Vermont, calling the doctor is always a last resort. And besides, his remedies are often no better than the maple syrup and whiskey cure. Sounds really interesting. Canadian whiskey adds some malt and citrus aromas, while it gives the drink a vaporous warmth and a light smokiness, but not too strong a bite. Maple syrup adds notes of honey, sugar, and praline to the blend of dark and milk chocolates. Again, simple recipe, 6 different ingredients to do this. So there's another one of the adult hot chocolates that I thought would be very interesting. The one that really caught my eye was the s'mores hot chocolate with graham crackers. And that's one that you really, really have got to try. And I actually tried this one while writing a column for the New Haven Register, my every other Wednesday food column. Let's take a look at page 125, where you'll see what I mean about that spectacular picture. Good. Take a look at that wonderful, wonderful s'mores hot chocolate. And I'll give you some of the ingredients. half a cup of whole milk, half a cup of heavy cream, a half to 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2.5 ounces of Valrhona bittersweet chocolate chopped, and make sure that you do use a quality chocolate. The inexpensive ones have got a lot of artificial ingredients. They're really not the best, and it will ruin the flavor of this wonderful, wonderful recipe. So please do use Valrhona or something equivalent to that quality type of chocolate. A pinch of Mexican cinnamon, and again, use a quality cinnamon. There are some cinnamons out there that are really not the quality, so make sure you get fresh cinnamon as well. Butter to rim the mug. Graham cracker crumbs to rim the mug, 1 generous teaspoon of whipped cream, a large marshmallow, and a pinch of unsweetened cocoa powder, which is optional. And you're going to end up with a wonderful s'mores hot chocolate with graham crackers. What I found interesting on this one is that it was actually a recipe that was provided to the author by Caesar Bradley, who was the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Philadelphia's hot chocolate sommelier. That was a strange title, but I guess they specialize in hot chocolates, and that's what he does. And he has a job, which is to know the history of chocolate, the flavor profiles of chocolate, and all the combinations of ingredients that can transform everyday hot chocolate into a special occasion. And this hot chocolate really creates a special occasion. Try it. It's a wonderful, wonderful recipe. Did I tempt you to go out and buy this book? I think I did. From the Viking Center in Wallingford, Connecticut, I'm Stephen Fries for CookbooksLive.com.